Alexa, stop. Good morning, folks. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Let me know in the chat, and after that, we'll start streaming. Okay, folks. Okay, so let's start. I'm looking at Dow, and I only need one trade to pass a funded account. As you guys can see, I've been trading with Top Step for a couple of days. I think it's been like 6 days now, and so far I was able to make most of the profit. And I only need one more trade to pass this funded account, basically like $530. So not even like 1%, okay, like only one trade. And if I risk around like $250, that means 0.25% of the account, I'll pass my challenge. So I wanted to take this trade with you all. Today is looking good. We don't have any news coming, and so let's see what happens. Okay, folks, looking at Dow, and let's go on to the daily chart where things will make a little bit more sense. So on daily chart, we have this fair value gap, this inversion, and price traded off this inversion yesterday, got resistance to our sell side liquidity from this inversion, and now price is trading inside this inversion again, okay, at 820 to 840 inside the time period. You guys know it's a macro, 820 to 840, right? So price formed a breaker on lower time frame inside the time period, but I wasn't feeling comfortable taking this taking it as a trade. I'll show you guys why. So I'm waiting to take my last trade to pass this funded account at 920 to 940, and I'll extend. If I don't see any setup inside the opening macro, New York opening macro, I'll extend my waiting till 950. Okay, so these are the only two time periods I'll look today to take my trade and pass this account. If I don't see anything, okay, I'll not take it. It's not a promise that I'll push button here, but if I see something and that goes with my narrative and everything, I'm willing to risk that $250 to pass this funded account. So let's see what happens. I'm expecting to see resistance towards sell side from here, from this inversion. Okay, on daily chart, on Dow plus let's go to the hourly chart, and as you guys can see, price did generated a couple of relative equal lows down here, but at the same time it also got support from this BC that is staying here at discount. Okay, so price did a stop hunt here, plus price hit a higher time frame premium pre-DRA. Now we also do have a lot of relative equal lows down here, but keep in mind today we don't have any high impact news until 4:15, I believe. Yeah, but tomorrow we have two high impact news coming at 8:30, so price may just like consolidate around here, become choppy. Okay, and tomorrow you guys will see like price finally coming down and clearing the liquidity from down here. So today I'll be a little bit more cautious because of this, because there's no high impact news. That means what? Low volatility, more choppiness. But we will see. Yesterday it wasn't a plus day, right? Yesterday was more like seek and destroy in all pairs. So today let's see what happens. So another thing that confirms me I want to see bearish price action is the high resistance delivery here. Okay, once price does a high resistance delivery, the next stage is a low resistance delivery. So we'll look for that. We'll look for a straight move towards sell side, and as you guys can see, this candle is just dropping. Now let's go to the lower time frame. We do have a down close candle here, okay, on 50-minute chart. Plus, if I take you guys on NQ, this is actually looking very beautiful. Let's go to NQ and let's look at this chart. Do you guys see this down close candle here? Okay, so what is this down close candle? It's not an order block, right? Specifically, it's what? It's working as a breaker. Do you guys see the pattern now? So price had a high here, right? So it went above this high. That means what? Price did a stop hunt. Now this down close candle here working as our breaker. Look at this candle, what this candle did. That's how we study, okay? I'm showing you guys how I study. That's how I gain experience. That's how I know that, okay, this breaker is formed. Now I want to see this next. If this don't happen, I'm not gonna take this trade. And how do I know that? How do I gain this experience? From past price behavior. Okay, look at this. Look at this down close candle and look at after price closed a candle's body below this down close candle. What happened here? This is something that I teach as immediate rebalance, okay? So I've already talked about this inside my 3-day workshop, and that's what we expect to see when price closed a candle's body for the first time below a breaker, okay? Once price is retracing back to the breaker, we have another rule. But for the first time when price is closing a candle's body below, this is something that we want to see. After price closes a candle's body, at the next candle we want to see this trading inside the breakers and then dropping just like this, okay? So this is a price action that I wanted to see at 9:30, but it's happening early, so there's no guarantee like I'm gonna push button and pass the challenge. So I prefer to wait and look for my high probability setup. Now I'll drop down to the lower time frame and I'll show you guys why this higher time frame breaker is a high probability breaker, okay? So on 5-minute chart, as you guys can see, the same 15-minute down close candles here. Here we have a couple more candles as we are on 5-minute. But what's important here? Okay, look, do you guys see anything here? Before I mark it, before I show it to you, do you guys see it? Yes, this fair value gap that is coming inside this breaker, and that's what makes it what? A high probability setup, right? And when did this breaker got activated? That's the most important part, because if you know when these breakers are forming and repeating and what time, you can just come up and in front of these charts, okay, show up every day and look inside these specific time periods, and if this same formation forms, you are taking it without any hesitation, because you know your data supports that what this is a high probability setup, right? And as I teach you guys, as I always tell you guys, that inside our macros you will look for a breaker forming only one pattern with some rules, and we do have this BC. This is a CB, not a BC. So sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and that's a beautiful rejection to our sell side. If I drop down to 1-minute chart, you guys will see that another breaker. That's the beauty, okay? That's the beauty of breaker. When you are looking at higher time frame breaker, but you are not trading there, right? We are scalping, we are scalpers. So we drop down to the lower time frame, then we find another breaker forming inside that higher time frame breaker. Isn't it beautiful? So if you are missing one trade, then you will also have another opportunity. And do you guys see the opportunity here? We had a high, okay, on 1-minute chart. We had a high here, then a new higher high that hit the 5-minute fair value gap, right? So these down close candles are now working as a breaker. Okay, so do we have any lower targets? I believe we do have this swing low on the near term liquidity, so I will watch that, okay? But we do have this breaker and now we are trading off it. So live stream can't be translated live. You will have to wait for me to finish the live stream, and after that you can translate, okay? But for now, I believe the translation is only available in English. Anyway, let's come back to Dow, and let's talk about Dow a little bit. So what I want to see, price coming down here, but it may not happen today. If it's happening today, that's a high probability, and I'm willing to take this as a setup. I want to see price coming all the way down here, but we also have to consider that price can reject from the price can get support from the discount PD arrays. So what I'm gonna do, just to be safe, and I'm gonna mark the discount PD arrays right here. What do you guys see here? Do we have any discount PD arrays? We have this swing low right here, then we have this volume imbalance. So price don't necessarily need to come all the way down here to clear out these relative equal lows to make me profitable. Even if it's just coming down here at 930 or here, it will make me profitable and I'll make some money and pass this challenge finally. So this is what's gonna happen. So if you all guys are also looking at NQ, okay, I'm just gonna split the charts. It's gonna be easier. So I'm gonna put the NQ 15 minute because this is looking really good, right? We have these swing lows down here. Price is yet to reach the rejection block down here. So I believe this will still drop. The NQ will still continue going lower because there's no logic behind price getting support from here. If it's going towards buy side, then I believe it's just reaching for the premium PD area to continue its trend towards sell side, okay? Also look at Dow. They both are delivering very nicely. Today there's no news, so this is something to keep in mind as well. I'm gonna stick with a 1 minute chart here, and I'm gonna look for another breaker forming before when price gets inside 920 to 930 period. Until then I'm waiting and I'm looking for another breaker to form. So even on 1 minute chart, if you guys look close, okay, price is yet to reach this rejection block and is retracing already towards buy side. So this is something that I would like to see. What I would like to see is price trading higher, okay, with high resistance liquidity run, generating relative equal lows down here and reaching somewhere here, doing a stop hunt above this candle, or if it wanna go above it, it's okay, and then coming down, then I can trade off from somewhere here. Okay, so this is something that I want to see, a price action like this. Okay, I'm not bullish at 930 today on Dow and NQ. I shared the logic why am I not bullish, okay, but it's not 100% that price is not gonna trend higher at the opening. So do your own analysis and follow your own analysis. Just listen to me like a radio or something, okay? Don't use me like a confirmation to confirm your trades, okay? I'm not here for that. I'm trading my account. It doesn't matter to me if I'm losing one trade here, okay? But it will matter a lot more to you, because if you lose one trade, you are just blowing an account, right? So yeah, because of that, just be a little bit more careful. Okay guys, hold on, I'm looking at the chat. Okay, so when I'm talking, I'm not looking at the chat, I'm just straight focused in my chart. So just give me some time to read all of your chats. I'll go one by one. Okay, I see a lot of you guys type something. There is a Apex 90% sale just started. Well, I don't believe in Apex, okay folks. Like look at their sales, 90%, and then what profit are you making here? We all know that they're simulated trading, okay? They make money from people getting failed in challenges. So if you are giving a 90% sale, what money you are gonna make to pay the traders? So I'm not against the Apex, but I'm also not gonna talk about Apex because I don't really trust them. Rather go with other funded accounts like Top Step if you really wanna go there. Then I believe Top Step is doing really great. They are also live streaming. The CEO, he is coming live every day in front of you on YouTube. So who can be more trustworthy than Top Step, right? They're not paying me to say these things. I'm just an honest reviewer. I'm using their account and they're good. They're good with spread. They're good with service. their customer service. So Apex sucks. Okay, so go with Top Step. Paul well later at 4:15. So I'm not worried about this Impact news. It's way far from my time periods. 820 to 840. 820 to 840 already played out on 1 minute chart on Dow. Do you guys see a breaker here? I know it's pretty hard to spot this breaker here. We have a high here, then another higher high. So this down close candle becomes our breaker. But at the same time, we had these relative equal highs. That's the reason I didn't took it. But I was watching this delivery. We had this relative equal high here. So I was like a little bit confused because I'm a little bit pickier when it comes to choosing my setup. If I don't see my A plus setup, then I'm not gonna take it. Okay, what's the reason of taking it? Can you play back? Play back what? I've just joined, sir. Poor internet. Can you redo? Poor internet, really? Can you guys please let me know if you can watch me in 4K? Sorry, in 2K, not in 4K. I'm streaming in 2K, so it's not a poor connection. Please reconnect your network. From my side, I think it's very good. So the people who are asking me dumb thing, okay, I'm just gonna block you for the sake of goodness. Like what kind of question is that? I just joined, sir. Can you explain the model again? Thanks. Like it never gets any dumber, okay? Like just go back and play it again and you will see me saying the same thing. I'm repeating myself again and again. Lol, I just passed my 100k apex today. Also necessarily passing 2 top step 50k, so spreading the risk lol. Yeah, Maria, like I never traded with apex, so I don't know. But as for like as I can see as a customer, like they're giving 90% sale, and who does that? So this is something that made me think about them. Otherwise, if you're getting a good service, Maria, then it's good, you know. How is Top Step better than Apex? Please tell me. I don't know. I never traded with Apex, so I basically don't know. But yeah, I'm just judging them based on their discount. Plus, I also heard a lot of like reviews and stuff like Apex is not paying the people who are making a lot of money. So that makes sense. They are giving 90% sale, so. Sufyan, I have been looking for the 920 macro you mostly use, but have yet to find it through ICT stuff. Did you find this one yourself? So ICT don't specifically talk about these macros. Okay, no macros. It's just like more into silver bullets. He's not specifically stating that this is a macro and that's the time period you wanna look for a setup. This is something that I found. I saw that from my experience, years of experience, a breaker setup keeps repeating inside this time period. But the hint was from our mentor. The hard work was from my side. Okay, and I'm presenting it in front of you. I promise that every single day breaker will come in front of you inside these time periods. Inside this 20-minute time periods, you will find a breaker. If you're just trading off a pattern, okay, you will see the breaker even then. If you don't know any logic, how to put any logic or something like this, if you're just trading a pattern, yeah, then it's also good. It's also fine as long as you are managing your risk. So why am I talking with pattern? Okay, so because mostly I tell you guys to build a narrative first, but you guys can also make money if you're just trading off a pattern. I'll show you guys one pattern that formed on Bitcoin, sorry, crypto. So I'm already in a trade here on Ethereum. So just look at this chart. What do you guys see here? Okay, we have a high here, then we have another higher high, this down close candle working as a breaker, then we have this fair value gap here. Okay, when price was trading right here, I call this move in my private group. Okay, I was looking at this, I was only mentioning about this pattern, nothing else, nothing more. And we do have unfilled fair value gap down here, so that's a target. So if you're just trading off a pattern and executing here, you're making money. Okay, just manage your risk, that's what I will say. And this is a very nice pattern. Look at that. This never gets any clearer, folks. And this is crypto. This is not our CFD chart. I'm already in this trade. I've been recording this trade and holding, and it's been like 12 hours I'm recording it. This is an hourly chart, so it takes time. I'm waiting for price to come up here, okay, at this level, and then I'll take another entry. Why? If I drop down to the lower time frame, it will make sense to you all. Okay, as you guys can see, we have a lot of relative equal highs here on Ethereum. So what I want to see, price coming up, clear out the relative equal highs from here, hit this fair value gap. If it want to go up, then it's okay. I'm allowing price to trade until inside this CB, but not after that. Okay, not after that. And as you guys can see, price generated relative equal lows or trend line liquidity right here. So that's also giving me confirmation to take another entry when price comes up here. Plus we have a high probability target on lower time frame, sorry, on higher time frame, these relative equal lows. Okay, and then we have this unfilled fair value gap. So there's another logic that price should reach here from this dealing range, from this low to this high. If you put your fib from this low to this high, the discount will come somewhere here. On long-term basis, I'm bullish on crypto, but on short-term narrative, I want to see price reach until the discount level here and then push higher. Okay, so if I take you guys on the higher time frame, you guys will see another breaker forming. That's the beauty of trading one model. Okay, because I mastered it like a way that I see it anywhere. I see it everywhere, and that's the only thing that I want to see in chart. If I see it, I look for other things, and if it matches, I have a plus setup. So look here, what do you guys see? Okay, let me hide the execution. There's a lot of execution. What do you guys see here? We have a low here, then we have a lower low. So this up close candle is working as a bullish breaker, right? Plus we have relative equal highs here, and plus price, I'm expecting to see price going higher on Bitcoin. So according to that analysis, on long term, I'm bullish on crypto, but on short term, like on hourly chart, I'm bearish. I wanna see price reaching for discount PDR. So this was something worth mentioning. I thought, like, why not tell you guys, share it with you all, right? This is just a pattern that I showed you all. And if you're just trading off this pattern, you can still be profitable. So what I wanted to see is happening. As I told you guys, that I want to see price coming up, okay? Clearing the buy side liquidity from here, going above this swing high. Now what I want to see, this is our breaker. These down close candles here on 1 minute chart is our breaker. So price did a stop hunt here. So what's the logic behind me thinking that this stop hunt will hold price lower? Okay, for that I will have to take you guys on 3 minute chart. What do you guys see here? Well, most of you won't see it as a breaker, right? But that's what I saw. This is something that I'm using as a reclaimed breaker. Okay, so the concept is like support turning into resistance, resistance turning into support. Just like a failed fair value gap, a failed breaker turns the same way. Everything can be inversed. Okay, folks, every single ICT concept that you are using, order block, fair value gap, volume imbalance, everything can be inversed and used again and again and again. You just don't know the logic of how to use it. So this is something that I'm watching. This is what gives me confidence the price will go lower. And on NQ, look at that, price is yet to reach the rejection block. As I told you guys, I want to see price moving lower, and that's what's happening. Now let's see if price gives me a chance of entry. We are yet to reach inside our macro 920 to 930. So what I think is that when we get inside 920, that time period price will come down and close the candles body below. So if it does that, I'll take it as a trade. Now what I want to see, this fair value gap getting filled. Okay, this is something that I'm watching right now. So let me mark it for the new folks. So this is a stop hunt, and then we have a new higher high here. Maria is saying again, I'm going to max out apex and top step. Once you have taken first payout, is risk free, then it's extra funding. I don't see a lose in that scenario. Yup, that's right, Maria. I don't remember me buying a funded account. Okay, so I only spent money on Top Step buying these accounts. Other firms, when funded accounts were like famous, getting into crowd, I was getting like sponsorship request from those accounts, from those funded companies. I'm not gonna say their name, but that's how I used that. I used them for free. So basically I never risked any money on any funded account because I'm an influencer, so they just give it to me for free. So that's something, yeah, also a benefit of being an influencer, right? Anyway, but I'm not making like my living, my money, my, how do you say it in English? Ends meet, yeah, that's what our mentor says. Ends meet. I'm trading off my live account, my personal funds, and that's how I basically make money. All of these funded accounts, I'm just taking it as a challenge, seeing like if I can pass it or not, and yeah, a couple of extra money, right? So as I told you guys, this fair value gap should fail, but what seems like this is holding. Why this fair value gap? Why specifically I was looking at this fair value gap? Okay, what's so significant about this? Look at what next to it. These down close candle plus up close candle are order blocks. Order block with a fair value gap. So that's a high probability order block, right? So that's why I want to see this fair value getting filled. And how will I know that this is getting filled? Once price closes a candle's body below, that's when I will know that this is something, the price wanna go lower. We are trading inside our macro 920 to 940, right? We are trading inside our macro. Plus also NQ, did NQ reach for this rejection block? Okay, it didn't, right? It didn't. Okay, it didn't. So I still want to see NQ moving lower. I still want to see NQ coming lower. So this volume imbalance, sorry, this liquidity void seems like holding price. Yeah, do you guys see it? This is a liquidity void. This is not a volume imbalance because there's no wicks. If I zoom in a little bit more, do you guys see it? So let's see what price does, if price presents any opportunity inside this time period, or it just like goes against me. Why you use YMNQ in trading view, not US30 US500? Just curious, because this is the features chart, okay, and I'm trading with a top step account, so that's the reason that I'm looking at the main features chart, where there's like no manipulation happening or anything. That's the reason. CFD, when I'm trading with funded next, that's the only way. Sorry, that's the only time when I'm basically trading at US30 US500, those pairs. So this volume balance, liquidity void is like sending price lower. I want to see this fair value getting failed, folks. Like before this breaker gets activated, I want to see everything is coming together, every logic. So this is the last part of the puzzle. I want to see this this BC getting failed and working as an inversion. So now let's wait. Let's see what price does. So something like this will interest me. Coming down here. Okay, from this PC. So I'm gonna take it as an early entry if everything goes as I wanna see it. Crypto trading higher. I wanna see the indices trade lower. Okay, we do have a relative equal high here, so I didn't see it earlier. Look at the relative equal high here. Is it SMT? Let me look. Let me confirm that. Because if it's SMT, it's going with our narrative. If it's not, okay, it's not SMT. Look at ES, folks. So I'm still gonna wait. I'm still gonna wait because of this. Look at here on ES. ES did generate a relative equal high here. So what I would like to see, either of these pair clearing the buy side liquidity from here before moving lower. Okay, so let's see what they do, because they both have sell side liquidity down here, plus they both have the same relative equal high. This is not a SMT. If it was a SMT, I would have been like confident, but yeah, let's still wait. Still we have like 4 minutes before the New York opens. Vladinslav, share your thoughts and prior experience with London open kill zone and trading forex. So to be honest, folks, I never traded London session in my whole 3-4 years of journey. I never traded London session, so I basically don't know. I never even tape read a London session. I'm sleeping at that time. Okay, so this is I don't have any experience about London macros or anything. I'm specifically features trader, AM session, New York session trader. And also about forex, yeah, I do trade on forex on a Asian session. So yeah, there you go. I already shared the Asian session macros with my people who are inside my workshop. I also shared the crypto macros. I'm not shorting yet because, as I told you guys, we have this relative equal high here. Either I want to see price clearing this level out and then going lower, or I want to see price closing a candle body below this BC and then going lower. These are very specific things, okay folks? So if you are shorting, taking a trade, please don't let me know, okay? It's your own thing. Do your personal stuff. I'm doing my personal stuff here. So price cleared out the relative equal highs here. This is a SMT. This is a SMT. Look at that. Look at ES and look at Dow. ES is yet to take out the relative equal highs from here, and Dow did cleared out the relative equal highs from here. So let's see what happens. Let's see. We have 3 minutes before the New York opens. Do your own stuff, okay? I'm telling you guys, do your own stuff. Don't let me know. I don't want to know what you are doing, because I have my own risk management. If I see these things on chart, like I told you guys, if price is going below here, only then I'm executing. But price didn't, right? Price generated relative equal highs. I was waiting, and as you guys can see, price is just trading higher and higher. So there's no logic for me to push button now. We have this old breaker from 817. Okay, the folks who push the button, I'm just gonna block you all, okay? Nice. So price traded off this breaker here, and yes, okay, so they are moving opposite to each other now. Anyway, we do have another breaker here, so price generated another opportunity. This down close candle here is working as a breaker. $29, 1 minute. 1 minute prior to the New York Open. Am I feeling confident enough to push the button? No. No, not in this aggressive move here. I still want to see price going below this breaker. If price don't present me any opportunity, it's okay, folks, okay? Trust me, it's okay. There's still more time. So why I'm gonna push button here and just like destroy my mindset? I'm not gonna do that. I'm still gonna wait. Look at the folks who didn't wait it, who pushed button earlier. They were telling me like from this BPR. Now they're getting wrecked, right? You have to learn to be patient in trading. Otherwise you are not making money, okay? You're gonna get emotional always. The gambler that is inside you always gonna come back. See, so something that I was avoiding. Look at both of these pairs, ES and Dow. They are moving opposite. High probability is when they are moving together. So let's see if price goes below this down close candle here. We do have a stop hunt. We do have a stop hunt here. So these down close candles are working as our breaker, and I would like to see price going lower from here. Plus we have a liquidity void here, right? So it's a bullish PDRA. Yes, the recordings are available for the webinar or the workshop that I did. If you guys missed it or you weren't there, you can still go and watch the recordings. The live stream was like for like 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours sort of jam. Okay, so it seems like crazy volatility. So do you guys see that my model, how it helps me not to take a losing trade? And how does my model do it? If price is not closing a candle's body below the breaker and I don't see any potential entry from the breaker here, I'm not gonna push the button. So there are a couple of rules, and because of these rules, because I aligned these rules with my model like a way that it always saves me from losing streak. like this. Before I was just losing money here, okay? Before, like a couple of months ago, I didn't know what to do here. With experience, that's something that I improved in myself with tape reading, okay? In trading, folks, you will have to give it time, more than you think. There's no limit that in between this time period I'll be profitable. No, you never know when you will be profitable. Just have to like give endless effort, and one day you'll see that price is paying you back your patience, your all hard work. So this liquidity void is holding, not like a plus opening, so I'm not gonna trade here, okay, folks. Like, look at the choppiness here. This is something that I was expecting, plus avoiding. I told you guys that I want to see price closing its body below this fair value gap, but price didn't, and still price is respecting this fair value gap. And now, do you guys see why I marked this fair value gap specifically? Why not any fair value gap here? Why not a BPR here? Because nothing here is high probability compared to this one, this fair value gap, okay? Listen to me close, listen to me, folks, okay? This fair value gap is a strong PT area. Why? Because it's coming with order blocks here. So I will know that the change in delivery, okay, the market structure shift happened once price goes below this fair value gap. I don't need to necessarily see price going below this breaker to expect price going lower. I only want to see price going below this fair value gap, and as you can see, it's not happening. Price is still getting support from this bullish PD area. So this is something you want to see in your trading, okay? This is something you want to see in yourself. You want to spot PD areas like this, like the PD areas that you want to use, you expect that will work or not. If price is going below this certain PD area only, then I'll take some trades. Doesn't it sound professional? Doesn't it what our mentor preaches? Yes, this is exactly the same thing our mentor says every day. Read price, and this is what reading price looks like. Knowing what to do, knowing what not to do. Okay, am I using any indicator here or any other chart or anything else? I'm not even looking at dollar, just simple correlative pairs, ES, DAO, NQ. That's it. That's it, and that's how I trade. And that's what reading price action looks like. Look at crypto right now. What did I told you guys? That I'll take another entry. I had a limit order on crypto, so I'm making money today. I don't know about you, okay? So if I'm missing one setup on US30 or like today, even if I'm not trading this week, it doesn't matter. I'm making hell of a money here on crypto. And here was a limit order, as I told you guys on 15 minutes. The people who were here, I told you guys that this is relative equal highs, right? Do you guys remember? And price has a fair value gap here. I told you guys that I want to see price going lower after it comes all the way up here, right? Price generated a lot of relative equal lows. So I want to see speed now in delivery. I want to see speed. I already have a position open here. I'll show you guys the execution, which is in this chart. Let me turn on my execution so that you guys can see it here. So execution here, okay, right exactly at the midway of this CB. Then execution again here once price cleared out the buy side liquidity from here. So I'm basically gonna close my trade once price hits this fair value gap. I'm not gonna hold all the way down here. This is a lot, so I'm just gonna close here. This will be like 2% of my accounts. So this is a very good, nice trade. Like look at this, folks. Now go on your chart and see what price did here. A lot of folks, okay, I see that they don't look at crypto. They're like, okay, I'm gonna trade features, and they don't move similar, so I'm not gonna look at crypto. The same fucking price action, folks, repeat on crypto. Sorry, on features. The same price action, the same breaker, the same way it will form here on DAO, and the same logic you can use it here on DAO and other CFD charts. Okay, other features chart. And what did I tell you guys about NQ? in Q, there was a breaker, right? I told you guys there is an immediate rebalance, and I want to see price going lower. And look at the delivery now. The price went lower, yes. Even on Dow, now price closed the candle body below here, but no chance of entry for me, right? But hey, let's wait. I told you guys I'll take two macros today into consideration for an entry. It's 920 to 940, then another macro 950 to 1010, and after that I'm closing. If I don't see anything, that's it for today from my side. So we had this fair value gap where price changed its character, had a market structure shift. So let's see if price comes back up again. These are our breaker. Now what would interest me is that how price is trading here. Once price is retracing back here, I want to see how price is retracing, okay? And once price comes inside here, I want to see how price is trading here. So Vladinslav is asking, what was your game-changing stuff in your trading system? Well, which changed and eventually formed your trading system? Time, I would say, and considering only one trading model, focusing on only one trading model. That's what improved me like immensely, I would say, like this. So price is now coming back up again. Focusing on only one model, folks. Like, I'm only looking for one thing in chart, so I'm not lost. Okay, I'm using other logic but not as an entry model. So price came back up. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens here. Let's drop down to 30 seconds. This place is looking good for a resistance. I'm just not liking the delivery here, which is a little bit more volatile than I was expecting. But this is a setup. Like, look at this. I've been talking about this setup, this breaker, then this BC, right? I told you guys that this is where the change in character happens. So if when price is retesting this fair value gap, price will become sensitive here, and price exactly came back up here and now going lower. Let's see what it does. I'm not feeling confident enough to push button here. That's why I'm just gonna wait. Okay, Nasdaq is like going towards, Nasdaq delivered a lot of liquidity towards sell side, right? So this is a beautiful reaction, folks. Look at that. So do you guys see the logic now? This is where the change in delivery happened inside this BC, right? I told you guys that I want to see price going lower, then price went lower, came back up, retested this BC inside this breaker, now it's going lower. This is what a high probability setup looks like. Now, is it worth a like from you? Is it worth the thumbs up? The tape reading that I'm doing here, I'm reading price with you, I'm calling market in front of you using PD arrays. So can I get a thumbs up from you guys? Hi Hydra, how do I get access to the webinar? You can go and check the links in my in my public Telegram. The links are there. So beautiful delivery from this breaker here. Okay, let me just mark it for you all, the folks that don't know. So our stop hunt that happened is here, and this was our stop hunt. Then this downward candle worked as a breaker. We had this fair value gap. This is where the change in trend happened. So this is where exactly we expect to see price coming back up. Okay, when price was trading here, I told you guys that I want to see price coming back up here. Go back and listen to me. I didn't say any word other than this. So price did came back up here and just going lower. So if you guys also look at the 5-minute chart here on Dow, right, Dow also respected this 5-minute breaker. And Dow eventually cleared out the relative equal lows from the hourly chart. The relative equal lows down here. Do you guys see it? So price generated another relative equal low down here. Let's see if it gives any chance to me to enter. This is a beautiful drop from this breaker, right, folks? Like it was exactly at the end of our 940 macro. This expansion happened at 940. So this is why I didn't took it as a trade. That it was so close to the macro, like so close to end of the macro. So I'm just gonna wait for 950 macro. Now the price is clearing out the sell side liquidity from here. I'm gonna have to change my narrative a little bit. So let's look for our narrative. Okay, 950 narrative. Price did delivered the 930 liquidity, so just as I expected, but now I want to see what price does. So price did a stop hunt here again. Isn't it easy to spot a breaker compared to other PDAs, right? It's very easy. So we have a high here, then another high. Price did a stop hunt, down close candle here working as our breaker on hourly chart. Plus we have a lot of relative equal lows down here. So this is a original consolidation phase. Let's see what price does, but I'm not expecting to see price clearing these levels out today, as we have a high impact news tomorrow. Plus these up close candles here are also working as an order block. So let's see if price reaches all the way down here and presents us any opportunity. let's look at, okay, this is our breaker. Breaker from the hourly chart. And then we have this fair value gap. Now it's working as an inversion. So this fair value gap, this support now turned into resistance. Same from the hourly chart. So price still has relative equal lows down here, right? From the hourly chart we know that. So let's see from where price can get resistance. We have two levels. This inversion, what I would like to see, another breaker forming here, or price is hitting this fair value gap, sorry, this inversion, and then going lower. So I'm gonna drop down to 30-second chart and let's see if I can find any breaker inside 950 to 1010. I'm still expecting market lower as we have lower targets. Vladislav, HYDRA, what makes you flip your trade from one direction to another? How do you notice that your was wrong and it is time to change direction? I already explained it. There was a fair value gap that was holding price. This fair value gap, okay, I already talked about it. It was somewhere here, and this was a high probability fair value gap aligned with order block. So once price, I already saw it that price is getting support from it, so I waited. Price then closed the candles body below that fair value gap. Now support turned into resistance. So you wait for price to come back to the level where it changed its direction, and it came back to the level, and then exactly the sharp drop, as you guys can see here. So what makes me change the direction, right? It's just the liquidity. Once price is done providing a liquidity in a certain level that I'm watching, then I want to see what price does next. Okay, if price is doing this next, then I want to see what price do next. So like just like this, putting logic together, like the liquidity behaviors. So if price is hitting this order block from the hourly chart first, I like to see price going higher at 950, which is now we are trading inside 950 to 1010 macro. So let's see what happens. We do have this low from the higher time frame plus this rejection block. So I'm just gonna mark this rejection block because this is enough. This is enough to make some good money. Now let's see if price comes back up here and does a stop hunt and eventually hits this inversion. The last question, how do you understand that movement is over and it is time to close the trade? Once price clears out my target, right, my high probability targets are relative equal high, relative equal low, unfilled fair value gap. So once price goes there, hits my target, that's the time I know that I want to close my trade. If price is not hitting the target and just becoming choppy and we are getting near to the close of macro, I'm closing the trade. I'm not holding. Okay, or if I'm holding, I'm putting my stop loss in the break even, so there's no risk. So that's how I do it. I expect to see price hitting my TP inside macro. So there are two levels from higher time frame that I marked, this inversion and then this breaker. I like to see if price getting resistance from either of these levels. These were support previously, now support turned into resistance for price. Anyway, price is generating buy side liquidity up here, folks. Look at here. So what I would like to see what price does first. Okay, if price is hitting This gray shaded box that you see is our hourly order blocks. All of these up close candle, I'm considering it as an order block, because that's, if price is going below here, that's when I will know that the trend is still lower. But I'm not targeting that much. So if price is hitting these order blocks first, I would like to see price coming back up and clearing out the relative equal highs. But if price is coming up first, then I would like to see price clearing, going lower. So if price is clearing out this relative equal high first, then lower. If price is hitting this gray shaded box first, then I want to see price going higher. So price, it did hit this gray shaded box first. Now I'm still gonna wait and see what price does. A lot of relative equal highs here, so I want to see price coming back up. Okay, price closed the candles body above this fair value gap. Now let's see if price retests this fair value gap or not. One minute SMT with ES or what? Let's see. Is it a SMT? There's no SMT. What are you looking? Okay, this is a low. Okay, this is a lower low, so there is a SMT, but also a relative equal low. Also a relative equal low. So this up close candle is working as a breaker. Now price to close the candles body above this last up close candle. Now let's see if price hits this fair value gap here. Yes, it did that. Let me see. Okay, if it's leaving without me. Yes. Why? I would have put my stop loss here and target like 2R from here. So create a limit order. I don't want to risk it so much. So if I'm risking $250, I'll be safe. I want to see price retesting it again before pushing the button. Okay, a little bit lower, yeah, right exactly here. So I'm just gonna put my limit here. Okay, so I'm risking $250 here. Let's see what price does, folks. Okay, we do have relative equal highs here, so I want to see price coming up and clearing these relative equal highs, and I'm gonna put it into money because I'm so near to pass the challenge. I need a little bit of money. I'm just gonna trail my stop loss now. Once price is going higher, I'm just gonna trail my stop loss because I don't want to risk $250 in this trade. So looking good. If price is coming down, okay, I'm getting out. If price is going below here, I'm out. Other than that, as long as price is staying above this up close candle, I'm inside this trade. So price cleared out the relative equal highs, folks. So this is the reason I trailed my stop loss. If price wanna go lower, it will do so right now. But if I'm correct in my narrative, price will go higher from here. But if I'm wrong, price will just go down from here. That's the reason that I'm not gonna hold any longer. And this is something that I don't wanna like to see. Seems like this is coming to a loss, right? But anyway, I trail my stop loss, so this is like I can risk another trade. Yep. Let's see what happens. If price is not moving higher right now, then I'm wrong in this trade, okay? And I'm not willing to hold. What challenge you are doing? Doing no challenge. It's a top step challenge. So I want to see this fair value gap getting filled, okay? And price going higher. If this fair value gap is working, we have a breaker here. Okay, so this is something that I don't want to see happening in price. Do you guys see this small breaker? We have a high, then a higher high here, alongside with this breaker. So yeah, I'm gonna trail my stop loss a little bit now, a little bit more, because I'm not gonna hold when I see an opposing PD area forming here. How you deal with the losing streak? I don't think about the losing streak. That's it. That's how I deal with it. If it's happening, okay, it's permissible, it's not avoidable, but I'm not gonna beat myself for that. Like I lost 5 trades in a row. It happens, okay? On average, on a month-to-month basis, I can average like, and as you guys can see, price went lower. I can average like 60 to 80% trade in a winning streak. So the rest of the time I'm losing. 40% of the time I'm losing, right? So it doesn't matter. I don't know like how the losing streak will come. It can come in one trade like it did here, right? So how much do we need now? We need $700 to pass this challenge now. Okay, we were just like $530 away. Okay, and one more trade. We'll see what happens, okay, folks? And I told you guys that I see a breaker forming here. Price cleared out the high here, right? Then we had a fair value gap. I wanted to see price pushing higher from here, but anyway, I did follow what I preach inside the macros. So now let's see if price presents any more opportunity. I told you guys that I'll be here till 10:10. So let's see what price does. How do you have a custom cursor? Okay, you can go on your Windows and download the custom cursor app. There's a lot of app that is free, so that lets you change your cursor. Did you take it? Okay, the trade that I explained earlier here, I didn't push the button here, but I did push the button here once I saw this formation happening. And the logic was like, I want to see these relative equal highs getting taken out. Price did clear the relative equal high, but it turned here. It formed another small breaker. Okay, let me mark it if you guys don't see it. You heard me saying about this breaker when I was already inside a trade. This high, then this higher high, this down close candle working as a breaker. We have a fair value gap, right? And the trend is like going lower. Hour 4 looks really bearish to me on Dow. Oh, you are just discovering it now, dude. I've already been preaching that we are bearish since 9 o'clock, before the opening. We are bearish on crypto. On short-term basis on crypto and on Dow, like I'm bearish until these relative equal lows are getting taken out, these lows down here. So the relative equal lows are down here. Price, we have this sell side liquidity is our next DOL. Price is going higher. We have a fair value gap. Now let's see if it's another opportunity or not. This is a big fair value gap. So when price generates a big fair value gap like this, right, what I do is I measure the fair value gap like this, and this is how I look at it, by like this. I'm gonna measure the fair value gap that is big, and I'm gonna wait for price to reach at the consequent encroachment, the 0.5 level. We have this sell side liquidity, like it's so near, and yeah, I'm expecting to see price clearing this level. So let's see if price presents another opportunity from this breaker. We have a swing high here, another swing high. So this down close candle working as our breaker. So what I would like to see is that price coming back up, hitting the 0.5% of this fair value gap, and then going down. CB. Or if it don't do that, folks, this is the last trade that I'll look for, to take as a trade. After that, I'm closing. If price is not hitting this fair value gap and clearing out liquidity first from here, so this is a high probability setup on 1 minute. Okay, we have a short-term liquidity level right here. Sorry, a long-term liquidity, a swing low from the higher time frame, and price is yet to reach here. Price is generating relative equal highs. So I'm gonna give it a chance, okay, folks. The last chance. We have another macro that is gonna run. Price is inside the silver bullet right now, right? And we also have another macro inside silver bullet, 1020 to 1040. And look at ES. ES already hit this fair value gap, but ES has this relative equal highs. So what I would like to see is Dow moving to the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, and ES clearing out the relative equal highs from here. These relative equal highs. That's what I would like to see, because ES did hit the breaker and the fair value gap plus the consequent encroachment that I was talking about, which on Dow price didn't. So seems like price is clearing out the sell side liquidity from the hourly chart first, right? So price cleared out the sell side liquidity from here. No chance of entry. So the sell side liquidity is taken. Okay, once price gets inside 120 period, I'll look for another setup. Until then, I'm just gonna watch how price delivers, because that's the time period that I trade inside a silver bullet period, 1020 to 1040. So price is going higher. We formed another breaker here. We formed another breaker after clearing out the sell side liquidity from here. And on ES, we do have this relative equal high. So these up close candle here working as our breaker, all of it. So let's see if price is getting support, sorry, resistance towards sell side from it, or using it as a support. So we do have another relative equal low down here. I want to see more relative equal low forming here. If I want to take a trade from here, then I would like to see more relative equal lows forming here, and only then I'll consider it as a trade. NQ looking clean for a short. Let's see what NQ is doing. NQ. Okay, NQ has this relative equal low down here, right on 30-second. Let me go to the 1-minute chart. 5-minute. We are trading from this fair value gap, and we have this big beefy fair value gap up here. Did we hit any discount PDRA? Yes, this inversion from the hourly chart on NQ, we hit it. Right, so this is a bullish PDRA, folks, and it's staying at discount. Plus, price has a big fair value gap open. So what I would like to see, what is the high probability condition here? Price coming down, clearing out the relative equal lows from here, and then moving higher. Okay. If price wanna move higher, I would like to see price clearing this level out first. So I'm just gonna put an alert. And if price is coming down here inside 1020 to 1040, I'm buying. Until then, I'm watching Dow. Let's put ES here and NQ here on 1 minute. So is this relative equal low still staying here? Let me check. Yes, we do have this relative equal low down here. And I'm just gonna clear the marking this breaker. Okay, so NQ is looking very interesting. I'm gonna shift to NQ. And as you guys can see, NQ just cleared out, just moving towards the sell side liquidity that I wanted to see getting taken out, right? This relative equal low. So I'm expecting to see higher prices on NQ after it clears out the relative equal low from here. What's the logic behind price going higher? Okay, folks, so I'm gonna share the narrative. We do have an inversion here. Okay, So price is now trading inside this inversion. Price is in a deep discount, and this is what? A bullish PDRA. This was a fair value gap. Now this fair value gap turned into, so resistance turned into support, right? This is the simplest term that I can use. Someone's saying that's a lazy analysis on NQ. Look better. Why it's a lazy analysis? I'm just marking a point, and I want to see what happens once price hits the point. That's it. Once price hits the point, then I'm gonna look for a setup. Until then, no. Okay, tell me what's better, Joshua. What's better here? What do you see? I see price reversing at 1020. What do you see, Joshua? So this is the last trade that I'm gonna take, folks, at 1020. Inside the time period I'm gonna take it, but this is a potential setup that I see. Okay, let me check the PDRAs on 1 minute before I put my stop loss. We do have this fair value gap here. Anyway, we do have this order block right here, so I can put my stop loss below here. Head alert down here. So as you guys can see, price was so near to clear the liquidity from here. So I'm just still gonna wait. I'm still gonna give time to price. 1014. What I'm expecting to see market reversing inside 1020, inside that time period. Not now. Joshua, where are you? No one's hating on me, and I'm not considering it as a hate. He just told me like look better, so I'm asking like what's there to look better than waiting for price to hit an exact level and then looking for a setup. Daily week consequent encroachment. Daily week. Okay, let me check. Okay, we're calling the market in bullish direction also. So this is not a high probability PDR, the consequent encroachment, but it's here, right? It's so near. Let me check if I can manage my stop loss with this measurement. This is something worth watching though. So Joshua was right in that regard. Right, okay, so this is the consequent encroachment of that week. What I would like to see price coming down, okay, folks. I'm not taking any trades as long as these relative equal lows are staying. This is the SMT. If you look at ES, a clean SMT down here, but I still want to see price coming lower. Once price goes inside 1020 period, and if price is not clearing this level out, I'm willing to take a trade using this as a breaker, using this up close candle as a breaker, but everything is aligned with time, so I'm still gonna wait. I'm still gonna wait. So we do have a fair value gap that turned into an inversion. Let's see if this holds or not. So this is not holding. So I got signal from price that it wanna come lower. What I would like to see price now going below these relative equal lows, clearing it out, hitting the consequent encroachment from the daily candlestick that Joshua shared. This is the candle from the daily chart, and what Joshua is telling me to look at the consequent encroachment. Okay, so I'm gonna look at that here because this level is also aligning with my analysis. Yes, so the consequent encroachment is here. What are you guys doing? He's not hating on me. Okay, he never hated on me. So I don't know what are you guys doing here. Like, Joshua, where are you at? What's that? We're just chilling here, folks. We're just streaming, okay, chilling, doing trading. Trading is stressful. You guys know that, right? So the best thing that you can do in trading is like listening to your own stuff and just considering everything else as a noise. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm doing my trading, and that's what you guys are here to watch, right? What broker do you use? I use forex.com for my live funds, and I'm using Tradeobait as a funded account, plus Funded Next as my funded accounts. Are we trading inside 1020? Okay, not yet. Not yet. So I'm expecting to see this reversal, okay, happening at 1020. So something like this, price coming down and reversing at 1020. This is the pattern. This is the price action I'm expecting to see, and let's see if it happens or not. So would this session be considered choppy? What session? Today price did a very good delivery, right? On Dow, there was breaker, nice breaker. You guys heard me calling trades from breaker, calling market lower from breaker. What funded company do you recommend? I recommend Funded Next. If you want to trade features, then Top Step, but Funded Next, of course. I'm on UProfit, and they have changed the rules. It's more difficult to obtain your money. I never heard about UProfit. Is it a funded company? I never heard of them. So what I'm gonna suggest you to move to Funded Next and trade here. Macros are specific times where buy sell program begins. Yes, HYDRA. So you're using my name, or is it your own name? Anyway, price is building more relative equal highs. That means what? Strong buy side liquidity. So once price comes down here, okay, I would like to see price leaving these relative equal highs intact and then coming here and then moving higher. This will be a high probability setup to me. How is the US30 spread on Funded Next? Check it out by yourself. It's very good. You can take my word. I never had any problem regarding spread with Funded Next. So there's that. And I'm trading specifically on CFD. Sorry, what? Yeah, CFD, US30, US100, US500, these pairs on with Funded Next. And I never had any issues with spread. Funded Next has a horrible spread, bro. It doesn't have a horrible spread. I can open up an account now and show you that the spread is really good, okay? Hawkeye. Either you are trading out of the session, like when we are trading inside AM session, the New York Open, and then okay, when you are trading inside the zones, the spread is good. When you are trading on Asian session, no one trades on Asian session, the spreads are really bad. It goes with every funded account, funded company, okay? Trade with your funded account at AM session New York with Funded Next and tell me the spreads are not good. Spreads are always good there. So price is doing what I want to see it do, generate a lot of relative equal highs. So this is something that I would consider as a high probability. In every market we have relative equal highs. Plus, okay, I want to see price leaving these relative equal highs, not clearing it out. And seems like it is clearing it out first. So are we still gonna move lower? Okay, price generated this relative equal high here. Equal highs. So I'm looking at this low here, folks. Okay, I want to see price clear out this relative equal low down here and then move higher. This is my narrative, but seems like price is taking out the relative equal first, relative equal highs first. So if it's taking out the relative equal high first, then I believe it will go lower. It will continue its trend lower. What's happening on Dow? Let's look at Dow. So Dow is also doing the same exact choppy delivery. Yeah, this is what I will consider as a choppy delivery. It's 1025, right? We're trading inside a silver bullet plus a silver bullet macro. Would love to see it move. Haha, it's consolidating here strongly. I was in short from a while ago. I was in short. Okay, in short. Yeah, that's why I'm waiting Demas after big range. Price usually does that. Okay, but price also leaves a signal that where it wanna go. Like price generated relative equal high and low in both sides. Look at here and look at here. So what I'm gonna wait to see what's the high probability condition here. To wait for price to take out either one side of the liquidity and then target the opposite direction. And as you can see, price is coming down to this relative equal low. Yeah, a little bit more. Now can we hit this consequent encroachment, or are we gonna move higher? Create a limit order, risk 940. What? I wanna risk $250 with one contract on NQ. I'm gonna risk $470. That's a lot. Anyway, this looks like a high probability setup, so I'm gonna take it. I'm just waiting for price to hit this consequent encroachment from the daily chart, as our Joshua told us. And this is gonna be the last trade that I'm taking, folks. Okay, and after that I'm closing the stream. Let's see if price gives me an entry here. One contract targeting this high. Let's go. What the hell? I didn't want to push button right now. I wanted to put a limit order here. Did I push it wrong? Yeah, I think I pushed it wrong, right? I pushed the execution rather than the limit. Anyway, let's see what happens. This is the last trade that I'm gonna take with you all. And let's see. If this trade is like not working out, I'm gonna show up tomorrow and we'll try to pass this funded account tomorrow as well. So let's see what price is doing here. Okay, but for now that price moved in my favor, I'm gonna trail the stop loss. Let's look at the 30-second time frame. Yes, it's the right time to move the stop loss, and I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here, and let's wait for price to go higher. I don't like this relative equal lows on with ES. Look at here. This relative equal low, folks, I don't like it at all. This is not a high probability scenario. Okay, if I'm trading on ES, I'll just avoid trading, because look at the lows here, look at the highs here. On NQ, price did cleared out one side, right? So we still have this one side liquidity left to deliver, but on ES we have both sides left, relative equal high then low. Fed Chair high impact news released by 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. More of today will be the consolidation till then. Yeah, seems like it. So this is gonna be the last trade that I'm taking, and after that I'm closing Joshua. Okay, the last one, the last amount that I'm risking. Price generated relative equal highs here. Again, I'm expecting price going higher. Does gold has a macro too? Gold don't have any macros that I know of. So now that it moved in my favor, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my stop loss below this low. I don't want to see another breaker forming here. So stop loss is staying here. Less risk, more profit. If price is coming down and clearing it out, I don't have any emotions here. Okay, I'm gonna show up tomorrow and try to pass it tomorrow. So let's see what price does. Dow also did a SMT. Dow cleared out the relative equal lows, so what it has is like the relative equal highs. How much do we need? To pass it? $300 more. So let's see, $300. Can we make it? Stop loss at break even. So basically no risk. If price is coming from here, folks, it's just that I'm out of luck. And I'm not gonna be sad, because yeah, you saw me doing what I'm preaching here, right? I didn't push the button here randomly. There was a logic. What logic? I was waiting for price to clear out the liquidity here. Okay, listen to me when I talk about the logic, the narrative. That's the main thing. I'm not pushing buttons randomly here. I'm aligning logic, and even after that, if price is hitting my stop loss, I just have to be patient. That's it. That's how trading works. How much we need more? $200. Let's see. If price is giving me here, I'm passing the challenge. If price is going above here, oh my god, I just passed the challenge, I believe. Yes, we did it, folks. We did it. Another account, another funded account passed live in front of you. Look at that, 106. So on a 100k account, it's like you have to make $6,000 in profit, and we did that live. Okay, can I get a like now? Okay, 100 200 people watching, half like. What's happening, folks? No one does it better than me. Find me someone that calls market like this in front of you and trades with logic by sharing exactly calling market like this. I don't see anyone, so I deserve a like, right? So hit the thumbs up button. I want to see each and every one of you hitting the thumbs up button. Can we see that? Can we see that? And with this, folks, I'm gonna close my stream here, and I officially passed another 100k top step account. Here I took 2 trades, right? So the first trade turned out to be a losing trade. The second one, as you guys saw, turned out to be a profitable trade. So I'm just gonna go over the logic again, share with you all like what happened and what I was watching. For that, I'll take you guys on hourly chart. Do you guys see that I'm scalping on 1 minute 30-second chart, but I'm getting the logic from higher time frame, like higher time frame, hourly chart, right? So what was the logic? Go back, the folks who doubt me, go back, you will see me exactly preaching about this bullish PD area. This is an inversion, right? And I told you guys this is a bullish PD area. Price did delivered liquidity aggressively. This is one-sided delivery. So after that, price basically returns. It's a usual behavior. So for us to expect a return, we'll have to identify a high discount PD area. So we did identify the discount PD area, which was a deep discount. Plus, there's another thing that I didn't say. It's also coming with OTE. If you guys look at here, like look at the 0.62 and 0.79. This inversion is, this is the reason why this inversion is important, okay? Because it's coming with OTE, it's in a discount level, right? So we got our narrative from the higher time frame. What is the narrative? We want to see price getting support from here, right? Now I did what? After that, I dropped down to the lower time frame, and I identified the price is chopping around here, right? And after that, I told you guys I see liquidity in both sides of the marketplace. Relative equal highs here, relative equal low down here. So that means what? Price is liquidity in both sides. So when price generates liquidity like this, what do? We wait for price to clear out one side and then target the next one. Yes, price was choppy here, but there was institutional order flow inside it, right? This was more like a turtle soup entry. So this is something that I'm gonna teach my students who are inside my 3-day bootcamp. Okay, this is something that you still have to learn, the turtle soup entry. I already shared the breaker entries with you all, but this is a turtle soup entry. This is a turtle soup model, and I never saw any ICT student taking any turtle soup entry live. They all preach about turtle soup, they all call market live, but no one's doing it streaming, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed my stream today, and I do what I preach. That's it. Time and price, folks. It never gets any better than HYDRA's live stream. Okay, time and price, that's it. That's all we use, and I'm gonna close it here today. I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow at 8:30 or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And okay, another thing, when did price change its trend? Okay, the folks who were watching me, I told you guys that inside 1020 to 1040, I want to see price changing its trend. Now, do you guys see how I align time with the narrative? Yeah, go back and rewatch my live stream. I hope you'll find a lot more gems than you did now, okay? Go back and rewatch it. It will be helpful for you. And I'm closing it here. Peace, folks.